Welcome to Biz Wire. I'm Joseph Nordstrom in Beijing. Pakistan's Prime Minister Nawaz Sharif arrived in China today on his first foreign tour, looking for Chinese investment into huge infrastructure projects as an answer to economic malaise and an energy crisis. Weak growth, inflation, dwindling foreign exchange reserves, and power cuts of up to 20 hours a day ruining industry are some of the biggest economic challenges that Pakistanis face. Prime Minister Sharif made fixing Pakistan's woeful economy and energy crisis the mantra of his election campaign, and since winning a comfortable majority in May, has sought to strengthen economic ties with Beijing, arguably Islamabad's closest ally. During his 5-day visit, Sharif is due to meet Chinese President Xi Jinping, Premier Li Keqiang, financial and corporate leaders, and visit major industrial centers and special economic zones. Before even being sworn into office, Sharif hosted Li as the first foreign leader to visit since his return to power after being ousted in a military coup 14 years ago. Analysts say Pakistan's leadership wants greater investment from partners like China to spur economic growth and win stability, while China needs greater signs that the country's security situation is improving rather than deteriorating. In picking Beijing for his first overseas trip, Sharif is signaling that securing Chinese funding ranks among his foreign policy priorities as a slowdown pushes Pakistan toward a fresh International Monetary Fund bailout expected to be $5 to $7 billion. Sharif said last Saturday that plans to build a trade corridor from the Chinese border to the Arabian Sea would be a game changer that would help bring development and prosperity to 3 billion people. China-Pakistan trade last year reached $12 billion and is targeted to rise to $15 billion in the next 2 to 3 years, but is still only a fraction of China and India's $67 billion bilateral trade. About 120 Chinese companies are operating in Pakistan, with Chinese investment touching $2 billion last year. During his visit to Islamabad, Chinese Premier Li Keqiang said Beijing was ready to speed up work upgrading the Karakoram Highway, a vital link to any future economic corridor into Pakistan from the Chinese border. Earlier this year, China acquired Pakistan's Gwadar port, which through an expanded Karakoram Highway could connect it to the Arabian Sea and Strait of Hormuz, a gateway for a third of the world's traded oil. Any route to the Gwadar port, though, must go through the southwestern province of Baluchistan, which is plagued by separatist, sectarian, and Taliban violence. On June 22nd, gunmen shot dead 11 mountain climbers, 2 of them Chinese, at a base camp in the Himalayas, the worst attack on foreigners in the country for a decade. Among the other proposals Sharif will bring to Beijing are for a new 1,100-megawatt nuclear power plant and the release of a $448 million Chinese loan to build a hydropower project. China shelved the loan in 2011 after Pakistan canceled a $124 million order of Chinese security equipment like baggage scanners. China already helped Pakistan build 2 atomic reactors at Chasma in Punjab province, while Beijing is assisting in building 2 more units at the same site. Among other items, the Wall Street Journal reported that the Prime Minister may seek Chinese assistance on alternative energy projects, including a 5,000-acre solar project in the Cholistan Desert, a 50,000-megawatt wind farm in Sindh, and help develop biomass technology. You're watching Biz Wire on the Blue Ocean Network. Stay tuned for more in Economic Insight.